In 2013, South Africa was introduced to its first e-hailing service, the crack of dawn for many pedestrians in the country. Despite the convenience that came with the e-hailing industry, the e-hailing drivers find themselves in compromised positions when it comes to their safety and profits.
And a warm welcome to Stories Untold, the home of good news. I am Pulem Mulibatsi. Thank you for choosing us as your source of information today. Now, the public transport in South Africa serves millions of commuters, both in rural as well as in urban areas. Yet, it faces many challenges, and some of those challenges are around accessibility, reliability, and the biggest one of all is the safety issue. Now, on Stories Untold, we observe Transport Month and we're delving deeper into this subject matter. We begin our journey by sitting down with one of the beneficiaries of the E-Hailing Partners Council, who's talking about the benefits of being part of the council and how they've been able to give him some sort of protection as he is one of the e-hailing drivers here in South Africa. Let's get straight into it.
I'm an e-hailer, one of the first Uber drivers in the country from 2014, early 2014. Started off as a driver, then became a driver owner, became a fleet owner. Then with the challenges that we were encountering, mainly in the beginning, the fighting with the meter taxis that was happening, it got intense. Also, we had challenges with law enforcement as a new transport service within the industry. So with all those challenges, I find myself having to defend us as drivers and became an activist, eventually assuming a role of leadership, having to address issues.
Meet Tsidiso, a former e-hailing driver. He has been through more than 15 aggressive incidents in the industry, which led him to let go of the e-hailing industry as a whole.
I think I'm in about 7 years or 8 years. Driver. Ama-challenges hlangana nawo laphana, it's all about bazibamba inkunzi each and every day. They kill us each and every day. Challenge yami yokuqala ngahlangana nayo, I received a request from Michoacán to Midrand. A guy, he was nice. I didn't handle. I didn't even thought maybe there's something that it can happen. A guy on the way, all answers to. That was my first kilaka kopanalion. Answers to me and user obata everything. Banka phone yaka chelete signal phone tse pedi ba dinka ba tsamaletsona. Meaning this guy ha requester ba tsamala friends tsa they will follow koletse pedi tla usala morao go A1. Mo ba tlo tsupa ka thunya. If ever you are not brave, you're gonna stop because of twil. But long phone, bank everything. Another trip. It's a lady. A lady was a digital. They request me to Tembisa. A lady kitsewa kitsamisa, a lady kimisa go Tembisa. Akfika go Tembisa, already nanza communicator. These people are sebetsang le bona. Akfika go Tembisa. Hey, kilaka shajuga. Kisipuka sthunya la ka shajwa ka sthunya mo hlong, and then ka wela fatshe. They beat me, banka koloi, banka everything, banka le even di phahla tse ne ke di tenne ne ke setse fela ka jimi ne ke tenne. And then ke robetse fatshe ba thunya odimo ba thunya plaka ba batla mpolaya. I don't know ba stop again, but I thank God I'm still alive. And the challenges are low in Nakashini, I remember Nikizamane client ba thotse gore ke motho a na le tšhelete they try go ba sale morao ba hijack I lose control ka thola accident koloi ya fela ka survive even the client go na le mana mara yena a survive it was a Nigerian guy ka la survive I tried ke ba jwetsa ka everything kopana le yona guys kana le ntho so assistant now so gola sena le 8 months cause ke a tshaba I'm scared ke gotlile mo sometimes ke na le wish I can go back ke lo zama ke batle koloi hape but I'm scared because ke na le ngwana sometimes ke hopola le thola accident first thing la tla mo go nna ke ngwana ka ke msiele man ke lose the hope more life I've tried this I'm gonna benefit lots but now as a guy at the end of the day you'll end up learn not to make a tip or get tip for your own safety but the tipper is not a protection because those guys basically said it too.
Despite the many challenges that come with being in the e-hailing industry, Tsidiso highlights that the profits they get may not be worth all the trials and tribulations they face in the industry.
There's a guy Anadula go Pinville next to Maponya Mall. Balabam request mo Eldos Eldorado Parker, Bamtunya, Bamobolai. Said we try or resendele a mail. They kill our driver. Please do something. If you let alone even a single cent, a guy keep right winning. We had a driver. Having a little group because I little group with the WhatsApp. I contributed 50 rand. Honor a guy box. Dijo. Because we find out a guy on a senally even a police. Because mom said there's no money. How naturally? Meltemba, I can say enough for no Meltemba. It's like a brother, friend. Eloring, he's always open to everyone. La on a le problème, on a qu'on assist. Even la lo sta ki le ka tire, o mo founela go Meltemba, ke sta ki le ka tire mo free. Ha ile go hofinyana, o tlotla. He will make a plan. They assist you. Advice is that for Babangata. I don't wish a young guy like him or I know there's no job in South Africa. I don't wish a guy. Because once you have to know life here will be more anything or each and every week I remember weeks ago in South Africa there was a video a guy requesting daily and a night. Some of the guys a guy or rape another guy.
Welcome back. Let's continue our journey right here on Stories Untold. Now we have all read and have seen the tension between traditional meter taxis as well as e-hailing drivers. Now, what is the root cause of all these clashes and tensions? Of course, there's issues around marking territories, competition, as well as profitability. But now we sit down with a meter taxi driver who shares their own challenges in that industry. Let's go straight into it.
Before the introduction of e-hailing services in South Africa, metered taxis were the sole providers of on-demand transport services to the general public. The introduction of e-hailing services in South Africa caused friction between e-hailing drivers and metered taxis.
I think it was 2014 mangabe ngizoqala ngapha. Ngoba ngithe mangaqala ngaqala kuyo vele ukuthi kuzongena e-hailing ene iyona yenza ukuthi i-drawback le industry kakhulu because mangiqala ukusebenza bekusebenzeka kodwa ithe mayivuthwa i-marketing yakhona seyi-serious into yama-healing yadropha kakhulu ibhizinesi yethu umsebenzi nje wavele washona phansi kakhulu so we don't make profit kahle kahle njengamanje ngenxa ye-competition esiyithola kwi-e-hailing and isicindezela ngama-prizes kakhulu ngoba ukube sikhuluma ngama-prizes ukuthi ayahambisana nawethu ngabe mhlawumbe siyasebenzisana kodwa akukho ukubambisana ngoba they hijacked i-industry ngokuthi behlise ama-prizes then thina manje ama-client amaningi asenawo ngenxa yayo i-hailing
zange kwaba izihoko saqala ngoba kukho lokulwa kukho kulwa kuba iBolt nemeter taxi intontoni so kuba kwindawo zoba asikwazi ulayisha kwezinye indawo sinendawo ezithile singamele sidrope kuphela sijike sihambe singalayishanga kufuneka thina sibaxelela abantu mama asuke kuloo ndawo eze kule ndawo sikwazi ulayishela kuyo thina ngoba sibalekela impilo zethu nokusafe bemoto zethu.
We must pick up from this robot which is risky. Bona kusiya ngale duze le park station babasebenzela khona. If I go there I will be in trouble.
Bathi indawo yabo ayondawo ayondawo
ngiyesaba ukusondela duze kwabo.
Okwama operators ethu awajabulanga vele awafisi nanokuhlangana nayo e-hailing ngoba indlela beza ngayo approach yabo azange benakho ukuyihlonipha industry ethu.
Bayiphinda imoto yakho bayithatha imoto yakho kuwe bakuhluthela imoto so awunakwazi ukuthi okanye usuka masithi uhlale eSoweto uzothathelwa imoto eJoburg uzayishiya njani imoto yakho so uye uvume ke ngokuwela kuloo trap oba ubhatale loo mali bayifunayo nganye ixesha bathi 5,000
bethi bona hayi sibathathela umsebenzi ama-price ethu ayehla phansi.
I-violence ihlala ikhona ihamba ibuye ngoba into enza lokho labantu labo abanazo iy'teshi like ama-ranks they don't have ranks so abantu abama-e-hailing abanawo ama-ranks as bengenawo ama-ranks they come and pick khona la kuma-sport kuma-territory ethu and thina sivuka size la sizobheka ukuthi sizosebenza for the whole day uthola ukuthi ulindile afike azophika as a result lokho kwenza ukuthi kube ne-inconvenience bese kungabi khona ukuzwana yingakho ukuthi siye sathi masikhuluma no-government sakhala ngokuthi at least kuma-sports la sisebenzela khona sicela kube ne-geofencing at least ukuthi bebezodropha okay they are welcome to but ukuphika it's our sport so ithina kumele sisebenze khona because bona njengoba besebenza nge-e-hailing basebenza nge-app they pick everywhere and thina we have one specific place la une-rank khona usebenzela khona so leyo nto yenza i-inconvenience because phela nathi we are raising kids we have needs sibhadala izimoto khona ngayo le industry and ngeke siyeke phela ngoba i-industry esikhule ngayo okunalokho singakhalela ukuthi i-update ukuze mhlambe ihambisane nesikhathi samanje kodwa we can't ukuthi siyiyekele phansi no
ndicinga mna kwindawo nendawo bemele yonke i-healing beneya indawo yolayisha i-meter taxi beneya indawo yolaso umuntu beyi-choice yakho uzikhethela ephi njengangoba bayazikhethela abantu kwaba bayashiya pha bezokuqabela kweziphi imoto so ndicinga uba if izaba fair umuntu indawo nendawo mayilungiselelwe uba kuqabelise i-healing kuqabelise ne-meter taxi so angeke kukwazi uliwa ngoba umuntu uzaba yi-choice yakhe.
According to i-technology ukusebenzisana kwethu kwama-meter taxi nabo kufanele ukuthi ngayo nabo babuya bajoyina into ze-e-hailing because nowadays it's not like before. You can't fight technology at this moment but for me I advise ukuthi ngaluba bazama ukubuya kule imboni ye-hailing because yiyo idominatayo as well.
We can join but i-problem iyodwa isazoba kuma-prizes nakhona lapho because uma uzojoyina sekune-competition yokuthi ayikho i-level efanayo yama-prizes that's where the problem will start because sifuna ukuthi sibalance we make living sikhulisa iy'ngane sibhadala ama-expenses ngayo le business so uma ngabe sojoyina e-hailing bese uthola ukuthi nge-trip ade wenza ngawo 80 rand for instance bese uzowenza 20 rand so lapho kushuthi we are out of business because uyazi now uma ukubhizinisi udinga ukuthi uthole profit if you don't make profits kushuthi awusebenzi every trip ozoyenza izofanele kube khona i-commission oyibhadalayo so out of 20 rand owenza per trip then usazodonsela i-commission how much are you taking home how much is your profit that's a problem so we can't make living ukuthi sigijimele ukuthi soya kwi-technology esingazobhenefitha kuyona if you're going to the technology then As-improve phela even if beneficiary. Sikwazi ukubenefita because we are going forward, not backward.
Welcome back to Stories Untold. Today we observe Transport Month here on the show, and we get to hear from e-hailing drivers as well as traditional meter taxis drivers about the challenges that they face. In this particular segment, we have a sit-down with Melithemba Mnguni, who is a spokesperson for the E-Hailing Partners Council. He talks about how and when they started this council and why it's important to be part of the council, especially for e-hailing drivers. Would like to caution you as our viewer that the following visuals might be offensive to sensitive viewers.
E-Hailing Partners Council, like the name says, it is a council for e-hailers. Mainly for us is to organize and represent the operators and drivers on the platforms, given the need that is there, on all the challenges that they are faced with, but also enhancing their business, also initiating programs of empowerment within the platforms. So that's what we are there doing as of since 2022. It's been a bumpy road. It's been a struggle.
Melithemba also shared with us that he lost his brother, who was a promising law student, to the brutality that comes with the e-hailing industry.
He took that trip. Only towards the end of the trip, that's when he got hijacked. Then they shot him, took the car, and that was the end of his life. My brother was sort of a sacrifice for this activism that I was doing. And it really did a lot of damage to my family, to an extent that there was trauma, having your mom, your sister being suicidal, having that situation. I could not drive on the platform. I was just too much traumatized, because I had always went to families that would have had their driver have been killed or something, or their head, drivers being banned, even with the meter taxi incidents we've got. So you are there at hospital, but you could never feel their pain. There was no way to challenge this, because this is a virtual thing. This is an app. At the time, you don't even know who to approach in terms of the offices and stuff. So what they did, they went against the drivers. It was very bad. You would have yourself attacked. I'm a victim of many attacks, having my car broken, tires slashed. This was an experience of drivers at the time. To an extent, other drivers losing their lives, others bent in the boots of their cars torched. It was hectic. A lot of people lost their lives. A lot of people were hurt. That's how bad it was to operate at those times.
This is Karabo, an e-hailing driver that is a victim of being torched by metered taxi operators.
When I pick up the person, I did pick up that person in a spot that it's safe and it's got some securities around. And then he got inside the car. He said he's going to a certain area. He didn't put the name of the street, and he said he will direct me. Yes, then I started the trip, we go. As you continue to the area that he loaded on the app, it's claiming to be his place. On the way, there's a certain place there where he told me to turn left. Immediately after turning left, as we were going up, he said, no, I'm staying up the road there. Then I was still driving towards the house that he's pointing. But before even we arrived at the house, he said, stop the car. With a shock to stop the car, then within a few seconds, he was holding a container with some chemical inside. He just poured me with that chemical. With the shock, then I tried to use my hands to block that. Then he used it again on my jacket as well, and after that he set me alight, and he was laughing. Then I managed to get out of the car, and I ran to the grass. I rolled on the grass. I took the jacket out. I took the t-shirt out, and then from there I did run to the main street down the road to where I managed to get help, which the security company came to assist. That's when they called the SAPS, they called the backup, and they called the paramedics as well. Never cried like that. It was so painful, and see my skin going out like nothing. I cried. I never cried like that. I cried. Even le gone no go ra ke gopola ya tla ditsebeng tsa ka ke that voice ha ke bona ka mona ke re ya tla and e bohloko thata because ke bona ke bo ke a mona le ene gore painile ke lla ke sia ke strateng it's painful, very painful. It haunts me hourly, second. Whenever I sit down, I can't sit down alone. Once I sit down alone, I have to listen to the radio. Otherwise, I'm in trouble. I'm gonna hear that sound again. I'm gonna see this person's face, I'm gonna hear him laughing.
The spokesperson of the E-Hailing Partners Council tells us more on the requirements needed in order to be a beneficiary to the E-Hailing Partners Council.
If you are to go to our social media, our Twitter, you would see there's drivers missing, like this week already. Drivers are dying in this industry at an alarming rate. So what we are trying to do is to organize. We come in whereby all the people that are operating should be accounted within the council. They should come through the council. We know that, there is Kanye on the platform. When you go missing, we know. Currently, even if you go missing, if you were not known to your friends or anyone, that's it. That's the end of you. That's why there is no accountability. But if we know that there is Kanye and we don't see you, we know that there is an issue, and we are able to account for these people. We are trying our level best.
And as we conclude our show today, we'd like to encourage you, our viewers at home, to continue engaging with us. As a matter of fact, maybe take the lead to suggest conversations that we should be tackling on the show. This is definitely the platform for you at home to be part of the change that you would like to see in your community. For myself, Pule Molewatsi, and the rest of the team, it's a goodbye.